welcome back. Welcome to another paint with me. First of all, I would like to apologize for my voice. I am getting over some allergies, so I might sound a little stuffy, but I still wanted to come to you guys with a new video and a voiceover and just talk about the process of this painting. As a special thank you, I thought it would be nice to show a brief clips of my kitten fosters. These clips were filmed a couple of weeks ago and they've grown so much and so fast since then. It's hard to believe that it's about time for them to get adopted and find good homes, but I'm excited for them. Having all that kitten energy was a lot for my 12-year-old cat, so I think she'll be happy to be the only cat for a while. For the first painting of Mermay, this definitely took me out of my comfort zone. For one, I was not used to using this type of paper. I'm not even sure what kind of paper this is. It felt very thick, and I'm pretty sure it's something that my sister gave to me, but I don't know how well it does with watercolor. It didn't seem to do very well when I did my first wash, but I didn't want to start over. I think the hardest part of painting for me is just starting. I'm never sure of exactly how I want to start or how anything will turn out once I do start. But once I do just put that first layer of paint on the paper, I feel like everything kind of just comes together very nicely. I thought this painting would take me a very long time, but it ended up not taking me very long. I think that's just because a lot of it was just water and blue space, and I did spend a lot of time just thinking about what colors I wanted to use. I keep forgetting that gouache does dry a lot darker, so when I think that something's very light, it's actually gonna dry a lot darker than I initially mixed. So that was kind of an experience with this painting. I did plan for the water to be a lot lighter, more of a soft blue-green, but it ended up getting a lot darker than I intended it, but it was fine. Spent a lot of time thinking about how I wanted to paint the hair because I wanted it to look almost cloud-like, but I had to remember to paint very lightly because if I ended up painting too dark, then it would just blend into the background. Doing this painting for Mermay just reminds me of where I was last year. I wanted to do Mermay completely digitally because I thought it would be a lot faster and I would be able to actually complete the challenge. So I've never actually completed a challenge, either fully completed it or just did it by the time restraints. I've done the 100 heads, I've done Mermay many times, and I've done Inktober many times, but I've never been able to just do 30 consecutive days of any of these challenges. This year my goal was to just stick with my initial art goals, which is getting better at portrait paintings, but I also wanted to mix Mermay in it as well. So I decided to paint as many Mermay paintings as I could, and right now I'm on to number 2 and I have 2 other sketches that I am working on, so maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to do 4 paintings this month, so that will be pretty exciting, and it'll be paintings that I'm actually really proud of and took my time in doing them. So I think I will be just taking my time and just enjoying the process, but also taking this opportunity to learn and hone in my techniques with gouache. There's just so much that I've learned while using gouache that I want to continue on in my painting practice, but I also feel a little overwhelmed in trying to make pretty pieces that I kind of get stuck in the trap of taking forever. Even though this painting was more like a practice for me, and I would love to revisit this subject again, I did put in my all because I've been recently thinking about how I want to practice with gouache, and I figured that if I am putting in all my intentions and all of my focus into any painting, whether it's a study or whether it's a final painting, that's gonna give me what I need to actually learn the medium. I haven't been practicing that much. I've just kind of been practicing with final paintings that I post here on YouTube and on my Instagram if you're interested in checking that out, but I haven't been doing a lot of sketchbook paintings, mostly just sketching out ideas for final paintings like these. I recently got some cheap gouache that I don't mind using a lot of, and I want to take that time to actually use it and practice, but also putting all my intentions and focus into that practice. I want to get better at portrait painting, and I also want to hone in my surreal and impressionistic style that I'm working on. And in order to do that, I need to practice more, but I've been too afraid to practice in my sketchbook because I have very expensive artist quality gouache that I don't want to waste in a sketchbook, quote unquote waste. Lately, I've been really paint in my sketchbook, be really loose and expressive and practice, but I haven't had the opportunity to. I just want to be able to say that I gave it my all and I did try my best, even if it is a sketch in my sketchbook. I think the hardest part is when you feel like you gave your best, but then the end result doesn't come out as good as you pictured it. And I think that's perfectly okay. It's natural and normal, and you don't have to share those bad paintings. You can try again, or you can be like me and completely refuse to start over and just make the most of what you have. It's really up to you and what you want to make out of your practice. The one thing I do want to avoid is just being so focused on making a final painting that I completely forget about practicing, because practicing is so important and I want to do more of that, and I want to share more of that here on my YouTube channel as well, because that's also a part of my journey as an artist. Hopefully that sounds interesting to all of you and you come back for another paint with me. Next video will be my second Mermay painting and I'm very excited to show you. I'm very happy with how it's turning out right now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. If you are participating in Mermay, let me know. And I'm also interested in knowing what your goals are for this Mermay. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.